Sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down. Splitting when you're around, let's have a good day. You feel me?
Hello, welcome back to the Feel Your Feelings podcast. I'm your host, Victoria Makanjuola, and today I am joined by a fellow podcaster. His name is Jermey Robinson. He is an Atlanta based podcaster, and he's the host of the It Factor podcast. He speaks to athletes, coaches, and so many more people. And he's joining me today from Atlanta. Jeremy, please let me know how you're doing. How are you feeling?
I am doing good. I am in the essence of joy. Just thankful for another day. Thank God to be here and thankful to be on your podcast. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Awesome. I watch your content. I was streaming a few of your episodes yesterday, and
Uh-huh.
I noticed that one of the questions that you ask a lot of your guests is, how are you feeling physically, mentally, and emotionally? So I want
Yeah.
to ask you that same question too.
Yes. Thank you for asking. I'm doing good. Physically, I got my 3 workouts this week. I try to do 3 to 4 a week. Try to get those 2 in at least. But doctor wise, I'd be like, look, I got to get these 3 in. Keep my health right. So I'm good in that point. Mentally, I'm good. Like I have my good days, bad days. But be honest, my bad days really good days. I don't really have
Yeah.
no bad days, just bad moments. And then I would say emotionally, I'm doing good because if you good in those two, you kind of good where around it. So I'm at a 9.5 overall. Just
I
happy.
like that. On a scale of 10, right?
On a scale of 10. On a scale of 10.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Mhm.
Let's see. For me, physically, I'm good. I'm good physically. Like I work out, I do yoga, like I do
Uh-huh.
at home yoga, like for posture and everything.
Okay.
Mentally, a bit tired because I just wrapped up my spring semester at USC. You know, I go to USC
Yes,
online. I'm an online
indeed.
grad student. So I'm grateful that the semester ended, but just tired because there was a lot of group work and group projects and
Mhm.
assignments that I had to get through and manage. Emotionally, I'm not gonna lie, it's been it's been rough emotionally.
Dang.
Yeah, it's been like a roller coaster, but I feel blessed because this podcast is a chance for me to kind of talk about how I'm feeling and allow
Mhm.
other people the safe space to talk about how they're feeling too.
Indeed. You right. I
Yeah.
love that.
So, how do you determine whether a person has the it factor or not?
Mm. I feel like everyone do. I feel like it's everybody. I don't think it's just specifically to one person or a group of people. I have strived to go after people that I love to watch do their jobs. And that's why I go from like, oh, I see you do your job, or no matter what it is, you can be a mechanic and I still
Yeah.
have you on the show because I'm gonna see something in you. Like, man, I think I should have them on here. I start the question process and start researching about the person. And the biggest thing is I had to learn was at the end of the day, it ain't about you. Like you're telling their
Mhm.
story.
That's
So
right.
get the best questions together. I go watch other podcasts that
Right.
they may have been on if it's some people. And I look and be like, they didn't ask this. Let me go
Mhm.
do this. Like, and let me do it this way and do it my way. I try to always do it my way. So that's why I see when I see the it factor. And I feel like it's in everybody. I feel like
Yeah.
everybody has an it factor and reason why they do what they do.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So, are you keeping up with women's basketball and college basketball? I want to know what your thoughts are on Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and some of those
Uh,
players.
I am a big advocate of women's basketball more than the men's game. I don't even really know that many men college basketball players.
Okay.
Just don't. But like Caitlin Clark, amazing. I think that
Yeah,
her game is amazing. She brings a lot to the women's basketball game, and I cannot
absolutely.
wait to see the things she's gonna do. Even what she did last night. I ain't get to watch the whole game, but I seen her
I
drop
didn't.
three.
I didn't either, but she did play in Dallas for her
Yeah,
first game
Mhm.
with the Indiana
The Pacers,
Pacers.
the Fever,
The
the
Fever.
Fever,
Okay, there we go.
Indiana
There we go.
Fever. Let's get it right.
So
They play in the same arena, but
yeah,
yeah.
I know she got some shots in. So
Uh-huh.
that's
When I seen my
incredible.
girl,
Yeah.
I can't say her name right, but Wale, I seen her. She crossed somebody up so much. I had to put it on the story. But
That
like,
sounds Nigerian, actually.
yes, she
Yeah.
has a brother that plays in the league too.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I seeing Angel Reese, had those 13 points. I just posted about that. And, she gets a lot of scrutiny. But the biggest thing is she's a young lady. Like, you can't, y'all, they're kids. Like, you can't even look at it like, oh man, yeah, she's grown. But at the end of the day, it's a game that she plays well. I can't downgrade her, and I dislike seeing men and all women talk down about her or anyone, even with Caitlin Clark. Oh, she didn't do this or she didn't pass me. The biggest thing is a lot of people have to realize that the game is changing for the positive. Let's get on the positive side of women's basketball. Don't talk down about it. So I always push forward. I even got my WNBA hoodie here. Shout
There
out
we
to
go.
Friday.
There you go.
Always repping, man. I would say that the game is gonna continue to grow. I was
Yeah.
blessed to have an episode the other day air with Coach Sydney Carter, and I would say
I saw
having
that.
her was amazing because I got to see her growing up playing basketball, and she was
Mm-hmm.
surprised off camera. Like I tell you, the off camera stuff always be the crazy thing. I was literally like, "Hey, I've been watching women's basketball since I was a little boy. Like
Yeah.
it ain't nothing new to me." So I can't wait to keep seeing what's gonna happen to the game. And like I said, the playoffs of the NBA is amazing. The
Yeah.
playoffs of college basketball is amazing. Especially, you see it from a men's point, but women's game is just as important and amazing as the men's game.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. At USC, I know we have Juju. She's our
Yes.
star on the women's basketball team. So
Indeed.
I'm really like looking forward to seeing what she does next in the future. I'm not like the biggest like sports watcher, but I do like pick up on like who's leading, like who's really trending right now. So I'm rooting for her as a Trojan. So
Indeed.
fight
Indeed.
on. Hi there. How are you feeling? It's me, Victoria, host of the podcast. And when I first started podcasting, I was super scared and nervous about the way I sounded, the way I looked, the way people would receive me. But using Zencaster has been a really helpful way for me to become more confident and express myself as a creator. So with Zencaster, you can record up to 4K quality in video, regardless of your audio and Wi-Fi quality. You can save files in the cloud recording, and you can adjust your audio and noise levels in the sound section. Go to zencaster.com/pricing and use my code Victoria15 and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencaster paid plan. I want you to have the same easy experiences that I do for my podcasting and content needs. It's time to share your story. You feel me?
All
So yeah, sticking with the sports talk, do you have any favorite sports teams right now?
Always been a Washington Redskins or Washington Commanders fans for a long time because of the late great Sean Taylor. Really made me a favorite fan, and just been a fan of it. And the crazy part is, one of my best friends from Washington, and my wife is from Maryland.
Nice.
So this is crazy how she got me to go to my first NFL game up there, and definitely just love that team. I would say I love the Timberwolves right now because I like Ant from here, Anthony Edwards. So I'm a very all around person. Like hockey, love baseball, but football is the main thing because I played football. So definitely seeing where it took me, and some of my family members have 3 family members that got a chance to play in the NFL, one to win the Super Bowl. And those type of things are what shaped me to be the person I am today. So just seeing them do great, and
That's
even me
awesome.
being able to bring people on, that's why I do it. Like bringing athletes on, it's the same as bringing a lawyer, a teacher, a doctor on for me.
Yeah.
But it's just amazing.
Yeah. Did you play football in high school or college?
Yeah, so I played in high school and had the opportunity to play in college. I chose not to play.
Okay.
I was like,
I was a student athlete in high school. I played tennis.
all right, look at you.
Yeah.
You're an athlete then. You athlete. Tennis is a sport, man.
I know. Yeah.
Tennis is a
Yeah.
sport.
I definitely would have loved to play it in college. I played some like club tennis. Like when my family was living in Houston, they had like this free tennis camp called the Xena Garrison Tennis Academy. So I would play during the summers there, and that was a cool experience. But the cardio, I just wasn't into the running every single day. I was like, this is gonna wear me out. But I know you mentioned interviewing athletes, and I know you've interviewed Chris Paul, who's a big star. Like, can you tell me a little bit about what that was like?
Yes. So I would be remiss if I didn't say that I got it through Watch the Yard. Me being in my Greek fraternity and being big in HBCUs. I went to Clark Atlanta University, and I literally got in a competition and was like, oh man, I gotta write out. So I reached out to my community, my people, and said, hey, help me get this interview. Help me get this interview. The funny thing about all this is a couple weeks before that, me and my boy was talking, and my best friend, he was like, hey man, you should get Chris Paul on before he retired. And I'm like, all right, cool, and pray about it. You write it down. Because what I do, I wrote it down. I'm like, all right, cool. And that process, that thing came. My wife sent it to me. And she was like, hey, you should do this. Da, da, da. And I started sending out my friends. And they called me like the day or two later and was like, hey, you got it. Like, da, da, da. They set it up. And I was so surprised because I was like, I get the support that I know I have, but at the end of the day, I ain't think I was gonna get that part that episode. And I was like, it literally started with that conversation with my boy though, and it just like a trickle down effect. But to interview someone like him, man, I'm glad I got to see the beautiful side of him, man. Like the person, the human side. That's what matters. And those are things that I think that a lot of people take for granted. Like I got to talk to him about Kobe Bryant. That was amazing because that's impactful. Like I'm a person that wanted to interview, talk to Kobe Bryant. So through him, and my brother was a great fan of Kobe Bryant. So when I showed it to him, he was like, you did that? So that's what it's about, for your other people to see like, oh, if he can do that, then I can do it. Let me go after my dreams, so definitely.
Absolutely. I love that you brought up Kobe. Just like side note as well. I was such a huge fan of his, and like, hearing about his passing was just like shook. Like I feel like we all can remember where we were when that happened. I was living in Washington, DC, actually, because I went to grad school at the George Washington University. And that day I hadn't turned the TV on at all. I didn't have a TV. But I was like, I'm not gonna watch the news. And I was like, for some reason, let me turn on the cable, the student cable, and see like what's happening. And I went to MSNBC, and then there was the news, and I was like, I cannot believe this. But the fact that he was so into promoting or advocating for women's basketball and women's sports, and his daughter being so into college basketball, I definitely think she would have definitely made the draft and played for UConn. I think was her dream school.
It would have been amazing. And I feel like he would have went in. A lot of people saw that, oh, he going to go be a coach. He going to go be like Jordan. He going to coach sons, or he going to own a team. I was like, he going to go coach women's basketball. That's what he going to go do.
Absolutely. He definitely would have. And just being in LA, I've only visited twice, but LA loves Kobe. Like there's murals everywhere. You could just like still feel his energy. I got to visit Crypto Arena, and it was such a great vibe. It was such a great vibe.
I can't wait to do that.
Another question that I have for you is about interviewing, athletes. Because on Monday I have an interview with a 2-time Olympian. Do you have any tips or suggestions for me?
Be you. They're people.
Yeah.
Make it as simple as possible for you first. And just talk to them like you have any other guest, like you talking to me.
Yeah.
The biggest thing you have to realize is get the questions that you always wanted to ask.
Yeah.
But make it humanistic. Like make it where the person tells you, like, wow, this is the best interview I ever done. Like, and the biggest thing I would say is always strive when you're interviewing athletes to take out the sport. Yes, let's talk about it. We're going to talk about it. But take it out. Talk about them as much as possible because that's what they want to hear. That's what they don't hear. They have to talk to so many reporters and different people. And they always ask, hey, what about when you didn't win? What about this? Like, and ask it in a different way.
Yeah.
Even I would say go look at some of my interviews I had, man. I would say definitely the biggest thing is to show them that you're there for them and just keep supporting them. That's the biggest thing athletes want.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you. So if you could pitch your show so I know you do a lot of pitching on your social media to potential guests. If you could pitch your show to your dream guest, what would you say to them?
I would tell them, hey, like I do everyone, I would say, hey, this podcast is a podcast that's changing the narrative. I would love to have you on because you're the definition of that. The biggest thing is I think that I'm learning that when I reach out to people, I literally like, hey, I try to go over it and how I'm gonna do it. And my wife gets on to me like, hey, just be you. I just be me reaching out to him. Just, hey, like I reach out to everyone else. But if it was someone of status, I would say living, it had to be for me a Shannon Sharp, man. I really want to
Oh,
interview Shannon Sharp.
yeah.
Shannon Sharp,
Such a cool
I
guy.
love how he interview people. I know he get controversy, all these type of things. But I've been watching Shannon Sharp since I was a little boy with my grandma. And I just want to tell him that. Like, I literally been watching you that long, and to see that you have made it from South Georgia like me. I'm from rural South Georgia too. That means a lot. Went to Savannah State, going into those things is amazing. And I would say a person that's not here anymore, I would love to talk to Bernie Mac. Had a chance to talk to him.
Ooh.
And that would have warmed my soul. That would have been it. Like, I would have been like, yep, I'm gone for a couple weeks. Can't do it because I would have been fooled, man.
Mm,
Straight
that's
there.
amazing. That's amazing.
I have a lot more, but Shannon one that
Yeah,
I really like. Putting out that video really meant a lot to me. I was like, I can't believe I really asked him.
yeah.
Same with Aja Wilson. Like, I was like, wow, that's Aja Wilson. Like, and I've been watching her since she was in college, of course, at USC. Don Staley, like people like that. Like, if I interview her, I'll cry. I'll
So,
cry afterwards. Like, literally, because of the impact that they having on the world is ultimate. Like, it's beautiful, man.
yeah. And social media is a great place to do that if you want to
Yes.
have someone that, that you admire, that you want to
Mhm.
interview. Like, you could tag them, you could reach out to someone who knows them, someone
Right.
in their network, someone, that they've worked with. So
That's
it's
literally
possible.
that's how it happens. That's how it happens. I mean, that's how
Yeah.
it happened with Coach Sydney. It
Mhm.
literally was a 3-year process.
Yeah.
I'm really telling my homie the other day, he was like, man, you know what you did? Like, this big. And I said, yeah, hopefully you get more people to read the book, because the book is not about, like, my art of networking book is not about like, oh, I'm the best networker ever. It's perfect. Da, da, da. No, it's about the trials and tribulations I have went through to try to get different people on, and also how it operates in my life.
Hmm.
Networking plays a big role in life.
Yeah. I think you were trying to get Kerry Washington on your show. Are
Yeah,
you
did that a few weeks ago. Like, tried to
okay?
reach out. She viewed my story. So the biggest thing is they see your thing. They're gonna see it.
Yeah.
You just have to keep going after it,
That's
and
right.
you gotta have support.
That's
Like, people
right.
gotta support you, man. And you gotta believe it first, though. I always say that. That's why I tell you, like, you gotta believe it first.
Yeah. Yeah, I was doing some outreach last night actually, like, and
Okay.
by outreach, I mean, like, sending emails,
Mm-hmm.
and what I was telling myself was just like, "Just type the email, just type it. Just type it. You
Take
don't have
it
to
from me.
send it."
Like,
Like, I took the
literally.
pressure off. I was like, "You don't have to send it, just type it." I ended up sending
Mhm.
both of them. I was
Yeah,
like,
you got
just go
to.
ahead and type it. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to ask."
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, and you'll be the first show I tell you. Like, with Sydney, it took what, 3 years? That was back in 2022. I did a confirmation post the other day. I put it on my story before I
yeah.
said anything, before anything aired, and said, "Hey, it took 2 years to do this, or 3 years to do this, but that doesn't matter. God's timing is the ultimate,
Yeah, that's
and
right.
it's on time." I said, outside of that, though, we love to tend to, oh, we need to do it by this time. The interview still was the same. It
Yeah.
was amazing. And what it brought to me was validation. Like, hey, you're doing the right thing. Keep doing this. Just keep going at it. People see what you're doing. And the crazy part is, when I did the promotion, her agent reached out to me like, hey, you know what? You are persistent. And I was like, thanks. She's like, look, let's make this happen. But look, she in the season right now. So
Yeah.
hit me up afterwards. And that happens a lot. And I just stay persistent with people.
There
Definitely
you
got to
go.
stay persistent.
There you go. It all works out. Is there anything that you want to promo?
Promo. What you mean?
Mhm. Is there anything that you wanna promote, or if you wanna shout out anybody, or
I would say that I do have a couple things. I have an artist that been on my show. One of my best friends I grew up with. His name is the Chaz Louis. He's trying to get on, and also on the tour of the R&B Money tour. And I've been posting it, things of that nature. And I just want to see him shine, because his music is amazing. He's an amazing artist. But outside of that, man, that boy got a light that the world got to see. So definitely promote him. Because he a former It Factor, promoter. He been on the show. He big time, and I'm just happy for him and what he's doing. And outside of that, go get the art of networking. It Factor Memoir. We always pushing the book, because the book is a lifestyle. It's not just to go get people for the
this is your
podcast.
book?
My book. Yep.
Wow, wow. Congratulations.
Indeed. I'm a two-time author.
Absolutely. You got
And
to do that.
yes, indeed.
Yeah. Okay. I love that.
Mhm.
So Jeremy, if you're ready, I have a speed round that I would like to do
Okay.
with you. So, you ready?
Ready.
Okay. What is the last song that you listened to?
The last song I listened to. It was by the Chaz Louis. It's called what is it? Get You Right. Yep, Get You Right.
Okay. Finish the sentence. I truly believe that.
All things are gonna work out.
Hmm. My favorite book is.
Mm, the autobiography of Frederick Douglass.
Ooh. Hmm.
Yep, I got it right here. It's my book.
So you got it right there.
It's
Okay.
right over here,
Love
somewhere in
that.
the bookshelf.
I'm a huge reader as well. I have some books in the back, as you can see, even more.
Oh yeah,
Even more in the back, like so
I got
many
a
on my
book
list.
called The Art of what is it called? Control What You Can't Control.
Okay.
And I'm about to be done with that. And then I got this. And I got to start on this.
Oh. Okay, the Deion Sanders book. Okay, yes.
Yeah,
That
hey,
I need to put that on my list.
got to.
Yeah, Dear Black Girls. Love
Yeah.
that. Love that. In 2 words, I would tell my younger self to.
Keep going. Like, keep going, man.
Awesome.
You the prize. Keep going.
I love that. And then right now I feel.
I feel good. I feel good. Like I feel like I have really did something very good and I gotta celebrate it. I celebrated for a couple of days. I don't feel that way all the time, but like it's like I won a championship. Like I'm like I could pat myself on the back.
Yeah.
Like,
Definitely. Thank you so much for joining me on my show. Where can my listeners find you if they want to keep up with you, if they want to purchase one of your books?
Uh-huh. So I would say that I'm always on at the It Factor podcast. That's THEIT podcast. THEITFACTOR It Factor podcast. I'm everywhere from TikTok to what is it? X, which was Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. YouTube is my biggest thing. Like I definitely would say go like, comment, share. You'll find an episode that you like and that resonate with you. I have brought on so many people, so many different categories and so many different fields. So been doing this since 2019. So check me out, the It Factor Podcast. I'm the host, Jermey Robinson, and I'm just so thankful to be here because that's what I'm supposed to be.
All right. Well, keep going, Jeremy. Really appreciate you being here. And don't forget to be a kind person. You feel me? Bye.